Here's another example of using APPL to solve a probability problem, and this is a familiar one that we've encountered before. A spinner yields three equally likely outcomes 1, 2, and 3. If the random variable x denotes the product of the outcomes of two spins, what is the probability mass function f of x? What is the probability x equals 6? And what is the probability x is less than or equal to 6? This time, in addition to uniform discrete random variable, which we used before, we're going to use the product, PDF, and CDF functions to find these particular values. So here is the APPL code. X is the product of one uniform discrete random variable and another uniform discrete random variable between 1 and 3. These two, of course, denote the two spins. And then once you have that, if you want the probability density function, probability mass function f of x, you type in PDF of x. And if you want the probability x equals 6, you again put in the PDF function with x as a first argument, and then you put in the optional second argument 6, and it'll come back with the probability x is equal to 6. And finally, if you want the probability x is less than or equal to 6, that is the CDF of x evaluated at 6. Now, when you type these in, APPL will return the probability mass function in this form. And if you remember this one before, this is the one that had the support with some unusual gaps here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 9, with the associated probabilities. The probability x equals 6 is going to be 2/9, and the probability x is less than or equal to 6 will be the sum of all these mass values right here, and they sum to 8/9. Now in this case, this is a very, very easy problem to solve by hand, but if you had more spins, what if instead of just 2 spins you had 10 spins? What if instead of equally likely outcomes on the spinner, some were more likely than others? Furthermore, what if there were more than 3 outcomes on the spinner? What if there were 10 or 15 outcomes on the spinner? All of these extensions are easily handled in APPL, whereas these are things that you certainly would not want to do by hand.